I referred to the World Series trophy in a disrespectful way, and I want to apologize for that. There's no excuse for it. I made a mistake. I was trying to make a point, but I should have made it in a more effective way.
Man, we have some catching up to do. I go on vacation one time and everything hits the fan. Mike Trout, who I called out on Twitter, I posted something a couple weeks ago saying I wish that Mike Trout would come out and actually say something about the Houston Astros, but I really think that he cares more about the weather than he does baseball. I was kind of getting a little bit defensive, and he proved me wrong, so I want to go ahead and tip my cap to Mike Trout. We also have Justin Turner with one of the biggest burns against Robert Manfred, because Robert Manfred called the World Series trophy a piece of metal, as you guys saw in the intro.
You know, calling the World Series trophy a piece of metal. I mean, I don't know if the commissioner's ever won anything in his life. Maybe he hasn't, but the reason every guy is in this room, the reason every guy is, you know, working out all off season and showing up to camp early and putting in all the time and effort is specifically for that trophy, which, by the way, is called the Commissioner's Trophy. So for him to devalue it the way he did yesterday is just tells me how out of touch he is with the players in this game. And, you know, at this point, the only thing devaluing that trophy is that it says Commissioner on it.
I mean, we have Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Giancarlo Stanton, Justin Turner, Nick Markakis says that they deserve a beating. We're going to talk about it all today. Thank you guys for watching, and also thank you for 160,000 subscribers. We're going to get to 200K before opening day. And without further ado, Mike Trout, the GOAT, take it away, man.
I don't agree with the punishments. You know, the player's not getting anything. You know, there was a player-driven, like you said, a guy's career has been affected. A lot of people, you know, lost jobs. It was tough. It would be me going up to the plate knowing what's coming. It would be pretty fun up there. So, you know, it's just like I said, a lot of guys lost respect for some of the guys, and you know, it seems like every day something new comes out. So,
how do you feel about this?
You know, I got close relationships with all them guys, and you know, it's tough seeing stuff when it comes out. You know, a lot of guys reached out to me, and it's tough. Like I said, it's not good for baseball, and it's sad to see.
Guys from the Astros reached out to you?
Yeah, a couple guys. I'm not going to name any names.
No,
but,
what was it basically the message? Were they
just
apologizing? Were they trying to explain themselves?
Just trying to explain what happened. You know, you read a lot of stuff in the paper, and you know, once you read something, a lot of people jump to that conclusion. But sometimes it's right, sometimes it's false. You know, it's like I said, it was a tough off season to see that, you know, as a baseball player, and you know, you just hope Major League Baseball cleans it up and play you know, good baseball from here on out.
What's your view of that World Series championship?
You know, it's tough because you don't know, you know, what helped them and what not. But if you know what's coming, it's gonna definitely help you. I think that's, you know, it's tough. You're taking the trophy away, taking the rings away. I think they should definitely do something. I don't know what, but just to cheat like that and not get anything, it's sad to see for sure.
When Mike Trout speaks, everyone around him shuts their mouths, opens their ears, and listens to exactly what this man is saying. Because again, he doesn't talk a lot, so when he does, you want to listen in, because it's going to be something that you have to hold on to for the rest of forever, because it's the GOAT speaking. This is the Astros cheating, and the only person that we didn't hear from was the best player in baseball. He is the supreme chancellor. He is the ambassador. He is the face of baseball. So I was hoping and praying to the baseball gods. I put this out there to try and get that whole, if you put it out into the universe, it'll return the favor. And it worked this time, so if you guys want to go ahead and ask for something from the universe, go ahead and try, because it seems to be working right now, especially if it's against the Astros. But Mike Trout, I am so happy for him, and the fact that he has decided to stand his ground. He joins Cody Bellinger, Chris Bryant, and I love what he had to say, that the whole scheme was player-driven. So he is not trying to deflect. He even said that some players from the Astros reached out to him. Maybe he gave some advice. Maybe he said, look, man, you guys did what you did. It's all good. Let's not talk about it, because to be honest with you, I've lost a lot of respect. It's almost like when your parents say, listen, little Johnny, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. And you're like, what? Disappointed? That's almost worse than being mad. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of Mike Trout coming out and actually using his platform for some good? He is standing up for the good of the game. We're saving face, which is great. The Astros, they think that this is going away pretty soon. It's not. Trevor Bauer's going to make sure it goes on for the rest of the season. Mike Trout has voiced his opinion. I was out at San Diego Studios. The makers of MLB The Show, they hosted an event and they invited me. So thank you guys for having me out there. But on my way back, I sat next to an Astros fan, and he's actually contemplating not being a fan of that team anymore. Even though he lives in Houston, he's been born and raised on the Astros, but because of the apologies and all of his favorite players, Chris Bryant, Mike Trout, Carlos Correa, kind of making a fool of himself by telling Cody Bellinger to shut the you-know-what up. So just a really bad situation for the Astros, but we all know that. This is getting so massive and so out of hand that LeBron James actually decided to go ahead and take some time out of his busy schedule. He has better things to do than sit on his phone and tweet, although he does a lot of Taco Tuesday, but that's fun. All you boomers out there, stop hating on LeBron James for having a taco night with his family. Anyways, let me get back to the point. He came out and said, I'm going to go ahead and read the quote word for word. This is from LeBron James, who doesn't even really entertain baseball all that much, but that's how big this has gotten. LeBron James, probably a top 10 famous person in the world, says, I know I don't play baseball, but I am in sports, and I know if someone cheated me out of winning the title and I found out about it, I would be effing irate. I mean, like, uncontrollable about it. What could I do? Blah, blah, blah. Listen here, baseball commissioner. So he is talking directly to Robert Manfred right now. It's kind of jumbled up on my screen. I promise you guys I can read, but it's really jumbled up. He says, listen here, baseball commissioner, aka Robert Manfred. Listen to your players speaking today and the days prior to today about how disgusted, mad, hurt, broken, and etc. they are about this. Literally, the ball is in your court, or in this case, because it's not basketball, in your field. You need to fix this for the sake of sports. Hashtag just my thoughts coming from a sports junkie, regardless my own sport I play. So again, you guys might not like LeBron James because what he did in the offseason with the China thing. You might not even like basketball, but when you have a platform as massive as LeBron James, so many people are going to tune in and listen to what you have to say. So what does that mean? First of all, Robert Manfred is on the hot seat. He is going to have to decide something real quick. Are the players still immune? Are the Astros going to have to vacate the 2017 World Series trophy? One guy, a very prominent member of the baseball community, you might have heard him before. His name is Aaron Judge. Well, he just slammed the hammer down on this. He said, verdict, guilty.
It was, I really wasn't a fan of the punishment. I thought that was a little weak for, a player-driven scheme, that no players, involved got any punishments. And then with Bellinger, man, I agree with a lot of the things he said, and he went out there and spoke his mind, and, I really, don't want to get into the, the whole, if Altuve stole a, MVP or not, because that really don't matter. It's over with, man. And the biggest thing is, I got to make sure next time I don't keep the vote so close. I guess try to go out there and win it outright. So there's no no question. So he won it, and that's how it is. And that stuff, the whole thing, even thinking about who it affected. It didn't only affect us as the Yankees. It affected, like I said earlier, the fans of the game, and even other guys, the guys that lost their jobs because of it, guys that, went into Houston and got beat up a little bit and never made it back to the big leagues. That's another thing for me that's, kind of really can't tolerate that, for the guys that are going there playing it fair and square and, get beat up a little bit and now they're out of a job because of it. That ain't right.
I'm not sure if Aaron Judge watched the Mike Trout interview before giving his side of the story, because they pretty much had the same sort of ideals where it was player driven and they feel like it was not earned. One thing I really like from Mike Trout that I didn't bring up, and it's also going to correlate to what Giancarlo Stanton said, is Mike Trout said, yo, imagine if me, the 3-time MVP before 28 years old, knew what pitches were coming. He said that it would be fun, but pretty much what Aaron Judge, his main point was that it wasn't earned, and I definitely can see what he's coming from. A lot of people are getting on the backs of Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. Even Aaron Boone is catching some flack because everyone's saying the Astros should be the villains, but didn't the Red Sox cheat in 2018? Didn't the Yankees cheat in 2017? So pretty much, if you're an Astros fan, you're calling the Yankees and Red Sox fan base biases. But I mean, come on, Aaron Judge is not going to say anything just to say anything because he has nothing to lose. His team already lost to the Astros, who got their World Series, so it's not like he has anything to hold back. He is going to tell the truth. He means everything that he is saying. And also his teammate Giancarlo Stanton, he joined in on the action, and he said that if he would have known what pitches were coming, he would have hit 80+ home runs. He's getting clowned on for the same reasons as Judge, that the Yankees are hypocrites. Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge cannot stay healthy, so how can they even be mad considering they're not on the field? I'm with Aaron Judge. I'm with Mike Trout. This definitely compromises the integrity of baseball, the game that we all love. It makes us who we are. I wake up every single day thinking about baseball. I can close my eyes and smell grass and hot dogs and a Saturday morning in Little League. It's just the best times in my life are spent playing baseball. And the fact that it's so tainted and this team has really done so much damage against this great sport, I am not having it. I think Robert Manfred, if you guys want to see a video solely dedicated to Robert Manfred, let's try and get this video to 1,000 likes, because man, he fudged up so bad in the intro. He apologized for it, but that main interview, I want to go ahead and dissect that, because man, one of the worst interviews from anyone that I've ever seen who ran a business ever. I mean, there's been some bad interviews out there, and honestly, this is not his only bad one out there. He's got a few stinkers. It's been a rocky ride for Manfred. Guys, what I'm going to do to end the video, because I will be honest, I am very tired. I was delayed this morning because the airplane had some engine issues. Then as I was flying into Las Vegas, we got delayed another like hour and a half because Air Force One was taking off, so we didn't have a gate. I am very tired. I need to go get some sleep, but tell me what you think of Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Justin Turner, Giancarlo Stanton all going off. And then last but not least, Nick Markakis says that the Astros deserve a beating. That is a lot to process. Let me know if you agree with him. Do you think the Astros players should be immune from getting hit? Because if we talk about Robert Manfred, we will have to talk about the hit by pitch situation. Thank you guys all so much for your support. 160,000 subs in the books, on the road to 200,000 subs. Use code Fuzzy if you're going to any sporting events, spring training, basketball games on SeatGeek. Save 20 bucks. It's a good amount. Peace out.
It angers you, especially from a guy who has played the game the right way his whole career. No shortcuts. I know how hard this game is. I know how hard preparing for this game is, and to see something like that, it's damaging to baseball. You know, it's anger. I feel like every single guy over there needs a beating. You know, it's wrong. They're messing with people's careers. You know, I know we're all competitive and we're out there competing, but there's right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it. And I 100% disagree with the way they did it. You know, there's a lot of people that were hurt by it, and it was wrong. And I think the punishment and everything, I think just everything has been taken, everything's been handled the wrong way. You know, you got two guys that are sitting at home that you can kind of, you know, give them a little bit of leeway, and they're not in the game right now. And then you got the players who did it who are scot-free. You know, I know there's a lot of political stuff behind it, but you know, it's wrong. You don't want to see that. You know, everybody's out there competing and trying to do things the right way. And when you got guys like that, it's pretty sad. You know, those guys have a lot of talent over there, but to take it to that level is wrong. You know, it's I know as players we do not agree with what they did. We don't stand behind them, and never will we support them for their actions. And I think they got off pretty easy. You know, they're going to be able to go out there and compete with no ramifications at all, which is wrong. And I think the commissioner completely handled it the wrong way. But you know, that's the way he did it, and you know, that's the way we got to live with it. But you know, I know a lot of people disagree with him, and the way he handled this situation, he should be embarrassed of himself.